motivation doesn't matter. Hey friends, it's Vasily. How do I stay motivated? So if you've been following the channel a little bit, you know that I'm working on a few new things. Get a little bit more healthy, going back to school, I quit my job. There's a lot of things that I'm trying to change about my life in general. So I've been wondering about how I actually stay motivated to keep up with these changes that I'm making. I set goals for myself, things that I'm planning to achieve or that I want to achieve. I'm tired of failing. Some of these things are things I've tried multiple times, but I keep getting roadblocked or I keep letting myself down. And I don't want to do that anymore. I want to make sure I stay motivated because wanting to do something and actually doing something are two very different things. There's a lot of things that I've dreamt about doing and I never put any real work into it. And now that I'm trying to put the work into it, it's hard. I would also like to eventually see results. And because a lot of these things don't show up immediately, I need a way to make sure that I can keep going towards that goal. I want to go over some of the things that I've done to try to keep consistent and keep myself motivated. And I'm going to tell you right now that it's definitely not watching motivational speeches on YouTube. So the first thing I did to try to stay motivated is I built a routine. So after I built my first routine, I realized that the routine has to be built around specific goals and things that I want to achieve. So I went back and I wrote a list of all the things I want to do in the next year. I want to write more, so my goal is to write every day. And every day that I do that, I hit that goal. I want to be more fit, so I've created goals for every day of exercising or running, as opposed to having a finite goal of being able to bench press a certain amount or being able to run a certain distance. Those goals I think are still valid and they're still very tangible, but what I've noticed about myself is that I need goals that I can easily achieve every day for me to stay motivated. So in my research about motivation, I realized that the things that I hate to do need specific triggers. There has to be a trigger that I go through to achieve my goal. So if my goal, for example, is running every day and the action is actually running, the trigger for running isn't actually going outside for the run, it's actually just getting dressed. Getting up and putting on my athletic clothes for the run is what triggers it. Once I'm dressed, there's nothing else stopping it. I'm gonna run whether I want to or not. Once I'm outside, it doesn't matter what the future goal is. All that matters is that I'm outside. So when I realized that that was my trigger for running, I started to look for other triggers for things that I'm trying to work on. Things like meditating every day, doing homework, writing every day, learning Japanese. All the things that I'm trying to do that will eventually lead to an end goal, I was trying to find triggers for them so that I can complete the action. A lot of people who study motivation and who have read about motivation have learned that we think of motivation backwards. We think that you need to be motivated to do an action, but when in reality it's the opposite. The action that you take will motivate you for the future, and by the time you take that next action, you might not be motivated anymore. You'd have to be able to do the action no matter what. The acts that you take every day are going to decide whether or not you hit that goal. Motivated or not, you have to act, and hopefully at the end of the action you feel motivated to continue. You have to start looking at motivation not as the driving force of your actions, but the result of it. Don't be motivated to run. Run to stay motivated. So these are the 4 things that I've decided I need every time I want to change something. First, I need a goal. It can be something solid in the future, or it can be something that I can achieve every single day. Second thing is I need to identify the action that I need to take to achieve that goal. So if the goal is to get more fit, and the action is either running or exercising every day, then the next thing I need is a trigger. I need to figure out something that's going to set my brain into a place where the action I want to take is going to happen no matter what, and that I can't talk myself out of it. And the last thing I need is a small reward. That reward is what motivation is. The minute I'm done my run, I feel amazing. I feel so good. And that's the motivation. So those are the 4 things that I've decided I need to change myself. A goal, an action, a trigger, and a reward. And I'm still failing. There are some things that I haven't been able to find a trigger or reward for, and it's hard. And even the stuff that I do regularly now, it doesn't feel as much of a push to get myself to do it because of the reward feeling. Basically, what I've learned about motivation is that it doesn't matter. I want to know about the things that motivate you. What are some of your rewards? What are some of your triggers? Maybe you have advice for meditation and how to get yourself to do it every day. Let me know down below. And if you like this video and you like listening to me talk, please subscribe. It helps me out. And as a bonus little surprise, I actually made my own motivational video for fun. It's gonna play right now, so I hope you enjoy. See ya. You gotta wake up every morning and just do it. You have to get outside and be who you want to be. You can't let your dumbass get in the way of yourself, of your progress. You just gotta keep going. Success isn't earned, it's leased, and rent is due every single day. You gotta make a choice every day. You gotta keep moving forward. Be afraid to stand still. Be afraid to get stuck where you are right now. If you're happy with who you are right now, that's fine. Don't do anything. But if there's even a bit of you that wants to change, that wants to be something better, you gotta move forward. You gotta sacrifice who you are for who you want to become. One day you just decide. The pain of regret is worse than the pain of pushing through. Yeah. How bad do you want it? How bad? Why do you keep letting losing happening to you? Time is gonna pass no matter what you do. Do you want to regret those minutes? Those hours? Or do you want to add them up into something great? How bad? You gotta take yourself and put yourself through the grinder until you're like ground beef. Like ground beef. And then you take that and you mold it into a better you. You gotta wake up every morning and look at your to-do list and think, I'm gonna fuck that shit up. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna finish these tasks. I'm gonna write this little circle in there. Just better than you've ever done. Imagine a better you. Now go do it. You gotta decide how bad you want it. You get out there. Just go. Run with it. Make an idea and run with it. It doesn't matter if you have other ideas. It doesn't matter if you want to do something else. That'll come. You can do all of that eventually. Just go and do it. You want to build a sandcastle but afraid it's going to crumble? That's what it's supposed to do. It's not about the lasting impression of the sandcastle. It's about the knowledge of where to put the sand. You want the you of tomorrow to thank the you of today. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Shia LaBeouf. People who say they can't and people who say they can are both usually right. Pain is temporary unless you quit. Then that pain lasts forever. If you're tired of restarting, then don't stop. Are you tired of being ashamed? Good. You gotta listen to this speech and other speeches like this 10 times a day. That's how you get shit done. Put this on in the background and type up an essay. Don't be ashamed of failure. Be ashamed of not trying.